Hey all, I'm Ernie with my friend Chris today, and I'll tell you what, we're going to go and look at a really cool old shingle bolt mill. It's called Battle Creek Shingle Bolt. It's at the top of the cemetery trail from Gibson. You can get by it, but today we're going to drive up to it and take a look at it. A lot of cool stuff up there. I'm excited. Let's go. And this was indeed one of the wheels that was part of the tramway. And hopefully you'll get a look at this. Well, what you got here is a giant metal steel rim. It's concaved, and it would run on the on logs down the mountain, straight down the mountain. And there was two of these. This is second camp, and there's another one of these down at first camp. So anyhow, we're gonna head up this way and snoop around with the metal detector. Should be fun. Let's go. Unreal, just finding stuff all over the place. But this is really cool. This is one of the tramway engines that would pull the trams up and down the mountainside. So it's probably a little bit more intact than the one at first camp. See, there's a giant flywheel here. The other chunk of the flywheel is on the ground over here, and that would have been mounted up here. I think these motors would run on all different kinds of fuel. And what happened here was there's a giant forest fire in the 20s, and it burnt this whole mountainside and destroyed all this equipment. Okay, yeah, quickly, I'm just going to again say this is the trail that will take you down to first camp of the Mount Elphinstone Cemetery trail. Takes you up to the first camp where they're logging, and I can tell you down at first camp there's a ton of cool stuff. There's an old dam, there's where buildings were, there's what's left of a bridge, there's a steam engine there, what's left of it, and there's also another one of these tramway engines there. So when you go to cemetery, it's about a 20-minute or 30-minute hike up. Hey Chris, I'm just going to metal detector on this area here. I know we're getting close to the first camp, which is just down here a little bit farther. We'll go down there in a second. There's like a dam, there's an old steam donkey, another tramway engine. It's really cool. Let's just kind of look around here for a bit. You just never know what we'll find. Not really picking anything up. Oh.
Sounds like you got something there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a target. I gotta dig it. No. You never know what you'll find up in here. Oh, it's still on the ground. Oh. Oh. Oh, cool, dude.
Oh, wow.
Well, one second, I just wanna. Yeah, that's a target. That is so cool. Take a look at this, man. It's
got a hook.
Looks like some kind of a hook, and it's all this stuff came from where we are. Is we're just above first camp, above the cemetery trail. This whole mountainside burnt, caught on fire and burnt, and I bet you that was some of the equipment that was left.
That's awesome.
That is really cool.
Hanging from a chain one day, or
yeah, I don't know. Well, I know that they had shingle bolts. They made it out of like a cable and just slid them down because the dam is just below here, and that's where they had the flumes that would take the shingle bolts down to Langdale and Chester, I believe. Anyhow, we'll set that up here. But I'll tell you what, look at this stump behind
us.
us.
That's freaking wicked.
We'll set that up in a second so people can look at it.
Look at that.
Look at this thing, man. And I had to go and stand right inside of it.
It's just hanging at the top there.
Dude, it looks like it's 70 feet, I don't know, 50, 70 feet high still. I'm gonna go right inside.
Yeah, that's a beast. Look at that beauty.
Unreal. Like I'm inside, man. And I was telling you earlier, as we're coming down the tramway trail right now from the second camp, which has a lot of cool stuff up there, but you know, 50 years ago as a kid, I remember driving along the Highway 101 and looking at this mountainside and seeing all these massive fire snags sticking out of the forest. And it looks very frightening to me as a kid. But over the years, the forest has grown up and you don't see them from the highway anymore. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm looking at something I looked at
years ago
as a kid. Well,
you did?
So I'm sure I did, but yeah, this is so cool. I love how they burn out in the middle and just a massive old. This thing got caught really good in the fire. Clearly, it burnt the whole center of it right out.
Nature's art for sure.
But as we've been going through this forest, I mean, there's like all kinds of these giant snags, and it almost looks like they came back in some spots and maybe try to cut some shake blocks. So anyhow, we'll set up that hook and we'll head down a little bit farther where the dam is, and there was a large camp down there, and we'll take a look down there real quick and see what we can find. So let's go. I'm excited. Come on, buddies, move on. Well, look at this thing, man. This is an old steam donkey. There's more stuff over there, Chris? Oh, whoa, let's take a look. Oh, whoa. What's this? Oh, like a big shaft? Oh, a keyed shaft. Yeah, that probably had a great big wheel on it or something to run a belt, perhaps. Oh, this is probably what was on it. Oh yeah, this is it. This is a giant flywheel. You can see where it's been broken off. Right there. And all this stuff was clearly, it all went through the fire and all destroyed and rendered useless. This camp never came back together again, ever. Pretty cool. It's part of that steam donkey. This was like a steam locomotive style. It's not like the typical steam engine that we think of on the West Coast. It was called a vertical fire tube. This is a horizontal. But this is probably the door, you know, where they opened up and stoked it. And right here it says, Governor. Cool piece. So we're right at the top of Mount Elphinstone right now. Well, no, we're not. We're about halfway up. We're at first camp. But we got to get hiking back up to the second camp and then back to the truck. Because we both work. Oh, you work tonight, Chris? We both work tonight, so we can get out of here. Hee-haw, hee-haw.